There are moments in history that do not simply pass. They echo through time and shape the hearts of generations to come. Long before Hajj rituals were known, there was a man who stood alone when everyone else followed the crowd. A man whose legacy lives on in every step of Hajj. His name was Ibrahim. From a young age, Ibrahim was not like those around him. While others accepted what they were taught without question, he reflected deeply. He observed the world around him with sincerity and honesty. He looked at the stars shining in the night sky and thought they could be his Lord. But when they disappeared, he knew they could not be worthy of worship. He looked at the moon as it illuminated the darkness. But when it faded away, he realized it too was not divine. Then he looked at the sun, bright and powerful, but when it set, he understood a truth that would define his life. What sets, what fades, what disappears cannot be God. With that certainty in his heart, Ibrahim turned away from falsehood and devoted himself entirely to Allah. His people, however, were deeply attached to their idols. They carved them with their own hands, yet they believed these lifeless objects held power. Ibrahim, may peace be upon him, could not accept this. He called them to the truth with wisdom and clarity, asking them how they could worship what could neither benefit nor harm them. But instead of listening, they rejected him. One day, Ibrahim, may peace be upon him, took a stand that would shake his entire community. He destroyed the idols they worshipped, leaving only the largest one behind. When the people returned and saw what had happened, they were outraged. They demanded answers. Ibrahim, may peace be upon him, pointed them back to their own logic, showing them that these idols could not even defend themselves, let alone be worthy of worship. But truth is often difficult for people to accept when it challenges their traditions. Instead of reflecting, they chose anger. They decided to punish Ibrahim, may peace be upon him, in a way that would serve as a warning to anyone who dared to oppose them. A massive fire was prepared, built over time as vast amounts of wood were continuously gathered. It is said that many people from the community took part in collecting it. Its flames roared, rising high into the sky. It was so intense that no one could come close to it. They placed Ibrahim into a catapult and launched him into the heart of the fire. In that moment, as he was thrown into what seemed like certain death, Ibrahim placed his complete trust in Allah. He did not panic, he did not fear. His heart was firm, knowing that Allah is always in control. And Allah commanded the fire to be cool and peaceful. What was meant to destroy him became a means of his safety. Ibrahim, may peace be upon him, walked out unharmed, protected not by any worldly means, but by his unwavering faith in his Lord. After this, Ibrahim, may peace be upon him, left his people. He chose to walk away from everything he had known, his homeland, his comfort, and his past, all for the sake of Allah. This was not just a physical journey, it was a journey of complete submission. Then came a test unlike any other. Allah blessed Ibrahim, may peace be upon him, with a son, Ismail, after years of longing. The joy of holding his child, of finally having a family, was immense. But soon after, Allah commanded him to leave his wife Hajar and his infant son in a barren desert and place with no water, no vegetation, no sign of life. Imagine the weight of that moment, to walk away from your family, leaving them in such a condition, knowing they had no means of survival. Yet Ibrahim did not hesitate because he knew this command came from Allah Himself. As he began to walk away, Hajar called out to him. She asked if Allah had commanded him to do this. When he confirmed that he had, her response was filled with certainty and trust. She said that Allah would not abandon them. With that, Ibrahim, may peace be upon him, continued to walk away, his heart heavy but his faith stronger than his emotions. Soon the provisions ran out. The water was gone and the desert offered no relief. Hajar, a mother watching her child suffer from thirst, could not stand still. She ran between the hills of Safa and Marwa, searching for any sign of help. She ran with desperation, with hope, with complete reliance on Allah Almighty. She went back and forth 7 times, not knowing where relief would come from, but trusting that it would come. And then Allah sent His mercy. From beneath the feet of the baby Ismail, water began to gush. Zamzam emerged, a source of life in a place where life seemed impossible. It was not just water, it was a sign that Allah never abandons those who trust Him. Years passed, and Ismail grew into a strong and obedient young boy. The bond between father and son was deep, built on faith, love, and shared devotion to Allah. Then came the greatest test of all. Ibrahim, may peace be upon him, saw in a dream that he was sacrificing his son. The dreams of the prophets are not ordinary dreams. They are revelation. This was a command from Allah Almighty, one that would test the very core of his submission. This was the son he had waited for, the son he loved, the son who was now old enough to walk beside him. Yet Ibrahim did not hesitate to obey the command of Allah. He approached his son and spoke to him with honesty. He told him what he had seen, and the response of Ismail was nothing short of remarkable. He did not resist, he did not question. He told his father to do as he had been commanded. This was not just submission of a father, it was the submission of a son as well. As Ibrahim, may peace be upon him, prepared to carry out the command, placing his son down and raising the knife, Allah called out to him. He told him that he had fulfilled the vision, the test was complete. In place of Ismail, may peace be upon him, Allah sent a ram to be sacrificed. This moment became a symbol that would be remembered forever. It showed that the true essence of sacrifice is not the act itself, but the willingness to submit completely to Allah Almighty. After these trials, Ibrahim, may peace be upon him, and his son Ismail, may peace be upon him, were given another honor. They were commanded to build the Kaaba, the house of Allah, a place dedicated to His worship alone. As they raised its foundations, they made dua that their effort would be accepted and that their legacy would guide future generations. Today, that legacy lives on. Every year, millions of people respond to the call of Hajj. They leave behind their homes, their wealth, their status, and their comforts. They wear simple garments, standing equal before Allah. They walk the same paths that Hajar once ran. They remember the sacrifice of Ibrahim, may peace be upon him. They relive the submission of Ismail, may peace be upon him. They stand on Arafah, raising their hands in dua, seeking forgiveness and closeness to Allah. They sacrifice, remembering that true devotion requires letting go of what we love for the sake of the one who gave it to us.